for the future?
That's a great question. It's really important. And without sounding too salesy, there's different levels of how to kind of sell to someone. And a good salesman will be able to sell a product and talk to you about the features and whatnot. A great one will be able to sell you the benefits. What does that mean to you?
Yeah.
How does it make your life better? But the best ones will make you really feel something, because if you feel something, there's no better motivator to do something or make a change or make a purchase if you really do feel something. And I think this is kind of like that. If you can set yourself a goal that is really personal to you, that really makes you feel something. So if you think, oh God, how would I feel if that was me, and if I had that might be something as simple as just having a house in the countryside with a bit of land that your dogs could run around in. I say that because that's kind of mine, really. I don't have massive ones, but that makes me feel really good inside, really warm, really peaceful, and it's quite a motivator. Yeah, for me that works a lot better than something material like a watch or a car. But then again, somebody might get a really highly sensitive feeling towards something like that, in which case, great. If that's your motivation, brilliant. Have those goals, think about them carefully, make you feel something, and use that as fuel to stick to your plan. And then anytime that you feel like you're straying from the plan or whatever, keep thinking back to why you're doing it. Makes you feel something, gets you back into the swing of things.
Yeah, I usually think when you write those things down as well, it helps solidify it, like to just do an action rather than just think it in your brain. Because I think, I need to save £10,000 for this.
Yeah.
But if I don't write it down or do anything that actively puts me in that sort of mind frame, then I just kind of forget about it. Or, I find myself doing things like if I'm doing Uber and I say, all I got to do is make an extra £100 tonight.
Yeah.
And that helps me towards my goal.
Sure.
But if I don't have it written down or anything like that, or I don't actually physically work towards my goal somehow, and I just have it as an idea in my head, then I will just think,
I agree.
Tomorrow.
I agree. I think that's great. I think there's two parts to it, isn't there? There's the physical act of writing it down, and there's also just you have this thing that's there now and you're accountable to it, because you've brought it to life.
Exactly.
I like that. I think that's always a good idea. Write things down.
100%.
If they're long-term goals, like thinking about things like 20, 30 years down the road,
you need something to hold yourself accountable.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, maybe bury a time capsule or something.
Something's got to play in your mind that if you don't do it, there's some sort of guilt to it.
Yeah.
Because when you just think about doing this thing and there's nothing to it, you don't write it down.
Yeah.
You don't have the discussion with somebody and turn it into something more serious.
Yeah.
Then there's no guilt. You could just easily get on with your life because no one knows about it.
Yeah.
So you're not doing anyone a disservice, you think.
Yeah.
But, when you write it down, something about it just makes you feel like you're doing a disservice to yourself.
Yeah, and if that doesn't work for you, then speak to a really close, trusted friend or family member and tell them have a talk about what you guys want from life, and have it out with someone that you really trust, and then you guys can share how you're getting along.
Or speak to a financial planner.
Speak to a financial planner. What a segue, yeah.
Speak to a financial planner.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's the ideal, because I'm paid to keep you to that plan.
Yeah.
And we're all incentivized to achieve those goals together. So that is what I dedicate most of my time to doing. So
that's ultimate accountability for someone like myself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. In fact, I was talking to you about this here? It feels like we've been talking for ages. But there was a client who, actually, I was talking to somebody else on the phone this morning about a client, and I had to change tact with them a little bit this year because they're quite indecisive, and they're lovely people. I've known them for a very, very long time, and I've seen them through a generation that's now passed away, and now dealing with them and their children, and yeah, just they're quite passive and indecisive. And in this year, I just said, look, I'm just going to switch it up a little bit this year, and I'm going to be a bit more direct with you, because there are things that we need to be doing. Mm-hmm. I'm not doing my job if I'm not making these things happen for you. Yeah. So when I say I need something from you, and if I don't get it, I will be a bit annoying and I will be badgering you until we get it done. And so in the nicest way possible, you might hear a bit more from me this year. And they were like, great, it's exactly what we need. We need to get, we need that kick up the backside to get us doing this stuff. And yeah, so you've got to understand your clients as well. And that's what I try to do, is understand exactly what they need and implement.
And that's why it's important to have a financial planner, because again, writing it down is good for accountability for yourself. But when you have someone else who can actually help motivate you, can actually help, drive you towards your goal quicker than you can on your own. Mm-hmm. It's like having someone on your team.
Yeah.
Like in a way, not to say like you're a cheerleader, but it's like someone who's going to cheer you on and also be your manager.
Yeah.
At the same time, your team manager.
Yeah.
So they're giving you all the information you need. So all you've got to do now is just put the money where your mouth is, work every day like you say you was going to in the first place.
Yeah.
And you can achieve your goals quicker than you can on your own.
Yeah, or you definitely can. Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of data out there that support individuals having... the only tangible way to understand if you've had value from an advisor is to see what returns you've had or what maybe you saved over the time through taxes. It comes down to money at the end of the day. But all the data says, people are better off through using financial planners. Yeah. And the reason for that isn't necessarily because we have access to better investment solutions or we pick better funds. It's because we make better decisions and we keep you on a plan.
Yeah.
It's easy to make a plan. It's harder to implement it year on year, tracking it, tweaking it if you need to, and seeing that through right to the time when you need it. And plans and objectives change through different stages of life. Like we go through blocks with people. At the start, it's about maximizing income potential, or maybe short-term savings for a house or children or education and things like that. You get beyond that, and then it's about, right, now we're full on fifth gear into saving for retirement. So it's about maxing out pension contributions. And then you get to retirement, and then it becomes about the most efficient way of decumulating from your funds that you've accumulated and the most tax efficient income strategies. And then beyond that, it becomes about succession planning. So there are different stages of life that require different focuses of